Kia ora koutou katoa. Hello, this is Lesley Ormsby, psychic medium, and healer and teacher of spiritual stuff. Anyhow, so this read is for the sign of Aries for the month of March 2020. Welcome to my YouTube channel if you're watching this on YouTube, and also welcome if you're watching this on my Facebook page. So if you want to receive a reading from me, please, the details are, if you're on, like I say, if you're watching this on YouTube, the details are down below in the box below, or if you're watching this on Facebook, it'll be in the box above. So, and like I say, this is either for it's kind of like there seems to be something repetitive going on that some of you may be going through this pattern, because I was just about to explain the sun, moon, rising, and Venus thing. So just to make doubly clear, okay, and there's the other side of it too. There's a bit more information that's coming, which is why you're repetitively asking questions, or you may be finding that you are repetitively asking or saying the same thing over again to certain people and that are in your life, and and it could be organizations, because they haven't given you the information that you really, really need at this point. Now, some of you, it's like, what they're talking about is maybe rewording the question, or looking at another way to find out the information. There may be another avenue for you to go down, or to take to get the information that you require, so things can fall into place. Okay, or okay, I heard pieces as well. So there's like pieces of the puzzle can fall into place. Okay, so that's what they're talking about there. So, and where I wanted to go before is like, if this resonates with you, this session resonates with you, that's wonderful. If it doesn't, then just leave it and don't try and make it fit. So, and the point of me like talking about the sun, moon, rising sign is that I do have a calculator. That's on my YouTube page, I think I have. It's just on that one at the moment, where you can calculate what your other signs are. So so I'm a Gemini. I go by my sun, sun sign, and Gemini, but my moon sign is Libra. My rising sign or ascending sign is Pisces, and my Venus sign is Cancer. So sometimes I will check out what those other ones are for me, and just to figure out what's going on, because my sun sign read that I listen to or that I have for myself doesn't make sense for me fully. Okay, but some of the other reads here for the other signs will bring it together for me. So whether that's from I listen to myself or somebody else. Okay, so anyway, so okie dokie, where are we going to? Aries. So going on to moving forward from and continuing on from that message about repetitive, repeating yourself, and it's just like what the spirit is just talking about is, taking another angle, look at it from another angle as well, why something keeps repeating itself in your life. So, and what they mean by that is, it's like taking a look at yourself, basically. What do you keep doing that you keep, that why things keep happening the way they're happening? So it's breaking a cycle of some sort in your life, okay? And sometimes we've got to do the complete opposite things, and then think to what we're doing to make a complete shift. And other times it maybe we need to do, pull out one element of the flow of what you or step or piece to start making a change. So it's like slowly or making changes. It's just sometimes we just need to take out one piece at a time. So, but it still creates a change in the direction, or the change in the way of being, or a change of the way of seeing, or and a change, a way of happening, and it, sometimes it's just the way that we look at things, okay, that can change it. So which will change the outcome, or change, just change. It's like, wow. So there's a lot of change coming up for you, should you choose to look at it as change in a good way, rather than a negative way. Okay, so I'm just having a little shuffle of these cards and let's see what pops out. So these are the Sacred Weave deck. Okay, see what pops out. So this is kind of like, okay, the overall energy of the reading for today, or the energy, yeah, it's kind of like, there's a lot of words that your spirit are like, are using to express, what they're wanting to get across to you. So it's like there's some things, and what I feel like they're trying to say is like sometimes we have to change things like words and that to get the right outcome. And it may be attitudes to get the right outcome, or when they say right outcome, an outcome for the greater good of one and all, or the correct outcome. So it's about saying what you're want to say with love, peace, with love, basically, to get the outcome that you are seeking to get, but being open to something else that might come up, pop up for you that could be better for a better outcome. So for you, it's about the communication. Is how are you communicating about with the situation, why you having to keep repeating yourself or having these repetitive things keep happening. Okay. Wow. So it's time to break the cycle, basically. So I've just got using these tarot cards. This is my practice deck. I do have another deck that's coming, but it's not here yet. In my learning deck. So it's kind of like, and it's actually like there's 2 or 3 decks that are coming, so they're not here yet. And that for tarot, that is. So there maybe a similar thing for you. There's 2 or 3 things coming up, and backed up, but it's like, oh, okay, no, that's not falling out. I wanted to take that. Okay, that one wants to come out. So, but there are things in, it's like ordered. Okay, there's things in order for that to happen, or process in order for that to happen. So it's like, but we've got to take action, and sometimes taking action is changing the way we do things. Okay, so number 30. With this parrot, this beautiful, colourful parrot of gold, green, but I'm saying gold. I don't know why I said gold for, but there's gold that's coming through on there. So there's a change of energy. So, but anyway, 3 is about balance, and 0 is about, something, about a new beginning, or something to do with the God force energy, or something new, going back to right back from the creation of something, or beginning of something in that sense, but more so the creation of what started, what created it. So going back to the birth point, or the conception of an idea, or a conception like the conception of a baby. It's going right back to that. There's that sort of thing. It's like what is and how you communicate things. So some of you need to look back, or have to look right back to how that first started. And whether it started from you or somebody else, there's a process in that. So it's like, figuring that out for you. Okay, so, well, that's interesting because the Tower is here, and the Tower is upside down. So there may be some resistance for some of you, because the Tower is about, the theme of the Tower is, about, old things falling away, and a change, as in change, something's breaking away. Because you see that there's people falling away from the building, or this is upside down, but if I turn it up the other way, there's people falling down, and it's like, look at the water at the bottom of that tower, and look at where the tower is. It's in the water. So there's a lot of emotional stuff going on there that you're not allowing to, for that transformation or that change to happen. So if I turn it up the right way, up the correct way, things, that's changing the energy again. So this is like, if you make that move, excuse me. So that's about, communication is that's drawing me, because I wasn't ready to cough before, but so there's something in there. There's some of you need to talk about, say, and communicate to somebody or some bodies. It may be even to yourself. It's like owning up to your own, crap that could be you that started it, where it came from you, but it's just accepting it, acknowledging it, owning up to it, and that's it, so you can move forward. And of course, you're speaking and you're expressing yourself with love, peace, harmony, and joy, of course. And that's like that transformational side of things of what you're doing is like, and speaking is, watching how we're communicating. Is it with love? Is it with, peace, harmony, joy, excitement, and adventure behind it? Even though some of these things that some of you may be going through might be like really bloody scary, and really shitty, and you may be like not communicating in the way that you want to communicate because if there may be a consequence of behaviour, or a consequence in this, an attitude from somebody, or it may alter something that's in your for an outcome that you may be afraid of, might end up like that if you speak up or speak out or say your piece. For some of you, it's maybe on another level in the sense, but it's that you may be not wanting to say anything because for fear of rejection, whatever it is. It's like, and you may have been trying to say something, but it's just not been able to get it out because of that. So there's could be like for some of you, there's some old fears, that you're needing to like crumple down, break down. And it's like I say, instead of saying, there's that saying of like, feel the fear and do it anyway, but switch it around and feel the love, like what can come off this, which is freedom, which is, that because you've made a choice to like free yourself from the fact that you're seeing it as a fearful thing to cross that line or say something, but you're never going to know until you do it, what the outcome could be, or maybe it may not be as you thought it might be. And if it is what you thought it might be, well, then you just it doesn't matter. It's like looking at it like that. At least you now know your conscience is clear instead of, being in that place. It's like, oh God, I wonder, that might turn out blah, blah, blah. But you don't know if you're going to stay on this side of the fence all the time. So it's like, take that leap of faith, and then you can free yourself to be able to move forward in whatever direction you need to move forward next. Just saying. And like, how do I know? Been there, done that. And every time I'm gonna, it's like, okay, well then I'll just make another choice. I just move over this way because now I know that's not going to pan out that way, so I need to go this way, or I need to go like straight gun it forward, whatever it is. So anyway, so yeah, I do feel like if you, about, like for the next month with the cards that are coming up, this is about communication. This is about doing, saying what, or doing, it's breaking down those barriers, for you that are yours. Obviously this is all about, ourselves. This is all about you, Aries, and as to what your next move or what your next phase in your life is going to look like, should you choose to take that mission. It's an amazing mission, whatever it is, because you see, and then the next card is transformation. This is the death card, transformation and change. So there's some things that are coming up for you in March that there is this amazing transformation. It's like, with communication, clearly, because that's the theme about how, a theme for next month is, and this next month is about communication and how we choose to do it. So transformation, look at that change. There's something coming to an end. There's a change in the way. Now you may be feeling this change right now, but it's like until you make this change, that you need to make, and and change your ways or ideas or something like that, or allow an idea to come to fruition, the change isn't going to happen, and it may happen slower than what you would like it to happen. So there are, because they're showing me like there's that process of things. It's like, these pieces, and they're pulling one piece out to figure it out, and it may be like putting pieces together, putting the piece in there to make something happen. So depends on which, what resonates with you. And it's like sometimes, like, yeah, you may need to pull this out to figure out what it is. It is like, a layer or like a piece to figure out what it is that's happening, so you can clear that, out of the way, so you can move on to the next stage. And it may be that for some of you, it may be putting a piece of the puzzle together. So you might get some information, put it in there, and it's like, oh, I get that now. Now I know where I need to go. And whether you're putting in a piece or whether you're pulling out a piece to figure it out, whatever it is, do it, because you know, you're opening up some new amazing adventures that are really exciting for you. Um, then we have the Hierophant, which is, is about, the Hierophant's, the theme for the Hierophant is about a search for, spiritual meaning, which is where I feel like a lot of yous are right now, or can go and will be going into. So some of yous may already be, in a similar place now, but I feel like for next month, it will probably go a little bit deeper. So there are some clues that you're getting right now, because today is the 26th of March that I'm doing, February. Okay, hang on a moment, we'll go there. Yep. So the 26th of February that we're going to, that you may be in right now, but I feel like it'll be even deeper by the time you get to like the 26th of March next month. Okay. So which is where the Hierophant is, because I'm seeing like there's 1, 2, 3, week 1, 2, and 3, like you're coming into this communication even more so next month, and and breaking down some barriers basically for you. But with the Death, there's there's a lot of change. There's a lot of going deeper, and within yourself, and and figuring out what it is, what it really is. That is where you're wanting to go in life, and how you can achieve these other things, not in all areas of your life for some of you, but obviously when we're going there, it's going to usually, in my experience and watching other people who have gone through this, it affects all areas of your life, because when we go in that space, we think where there's a healing sort of energy and being around it. So and you just, things change, are different. There's a different energy about you because you've learnt something new about you. And people can't, a lot of people can't help but see it. And some people react in different ways, which I feel is happening, which comes back to this communication, really honouring you, your truth, basically. So and this is where this Hierophant comes in. It's like you're starting to figure out, or going to another phase of figuring out who it is and you are, and where you're wanting to do, and what you're wanting to do and be in your life. So anyway, whether that be like mentally, emotionally, physically, spiritually, or soulfully, whatever that is, it could be like about, or whether it's about your finances, your business, your relationships, whatever. Because now we've got it. Will the way that we do when we're going to this other space, it's like we start to figure out things and how it affects our relationships, our career, our business, relationships, not just with family, but with with across the board. And that, so, because I feel like once with this transformational period, is what Spirit is showing me through the cards, or showing you through the cards, is like, the King of Pentacles has popped up. So there's some sort of grounding and stability that you'll get out of that, and that sense of knowing and being, and how, with your financial security, and stability. So there's some sort of growth in there for you through that you'll actually see. So some of you will be coming from the energy and the perspective like you are there. This is you, the king of of your of your being and your knowing. You'll start to know that even more so for some of you, that actually being in that being and knowing of who you are right now, and this is what I have. And for some others of you, this is like you are understanding how you get to that point of being of the King of Pentacles, and all of that feeling and being and knowing. See, he's in his throne. He's got all this abundance, this gold, these there's the chair is very stable. There's a lot of stability in there. In the background, there's the castle. There's all this growth and abundance around him with the plant life. It's just amazing. So there's that sort of thing. So depending on where you are with this, in which, how you're looking at life at the moment, like I'll just explain what they've just brought through. Will depend on how you look at the King of Pentacles. It could be like for some of you, like that, there may be somebody like an earth sign, that comes into your life that will show you that will show you what will show themselves to you, and you'll see that person, and maybe like there may be a mentor that comes in, that is showing you how to be like that, or with that, your dreams, how to achieve your dreams to get to that point. And also I'm feeling like some of you are at that point, and you may be that mentor, okay, that is coming through to help somebody see that. Even though I know this is Aries, where we are Aries, a fire sign, but we can all be, have that. So maybe for some of you that you've learnt that Aries to be, even though you are a fire sign, you've learnt how to be that. So you may be that mentor and showing somebody else how to bring that energy into you and be more grounded with that. So there's three things going on there for depending who you are. So. And even though it may be like, even if you're a female, that maybe that there's something about you like bringing in that masculine side or the King of Pentacles side of you into that energy of standing and grounding and being in that sort of a space for you while you're doing all this transformation next month. But I do feel like a lot of you will have that energy with you, or achieved that by then. You'll see it, that you've achieved it, and that's actually, that's where I am, and or that's where I want to be, or that's where I can be, and you might be starting that on with you. So interesting, very cool. So anyway, that was like deeper meaningful, wasn't it? So anyway, so we've got the Eight of Pentacles, and that's upside down is with this one. So there may be some sort of resistance that you might go through. I'm turning it up the correct way, so that it's about learning new skills with the Eight of Pentacles. So you can see, to reach that side of achievement. So of what you're wanting to do, like with the the King of Pentacles being there. So it's working towards something. So some of you, there's that in mind, but it's like moving into working towards this, achieving this part of you, But doing all this other stuff with this transformation and change is going to get you there. So definitely this is like for a lot of you is the goal, is being in that position and realizing that, achieving that. Okay, so working towards, so they've kind of like, okay, so that's there. Okay, and then we have the messenger, the Page of Wands, the messenger bringing creative ideas, and the Wands is about imagination and ideas, bringing that and taking action towards it. So so there could be, like you are getting these ideas and to do something to achieve this, but you're not really listening. So there is, or you're not taking action. You might be hearing them, you might be receiving the ideas, but maybe not just taking action with, which is why this card has come up. So they're encouraging you to take action so you can get to this place, which is what all this, like the beginning of this reading is about, that transformation. So the beginning of the month is like, okay, there's all this, change, and that, like looking deeper within, going deeper within, create, within yourself, so you can create the change that you want, or move in the direction that you want, to have this, to be this for some of you, and some of you, for a lot of you maybe, but for some of you, it's maybe that you're there and you're going through that process. And sometimes when we reach a point, of success or being, and that we can go into that space again, and it's like looking at something new to create something new for the next phase. It's like we're always learning, and there's always, when we reach the beginning or the end of something, that we've begun before, it's like we go back to the beginning. Okay, cool. So some of you may be in that phase as well, so, and heading towards this again. But it's like, but it's like maybe something different this time, which is challenging you. Okay, so like where to now? How do I do that? And because you're so familiar with what you were doing before, and it may be that some of you are like maybe pulling out of a project, which is why, and to do something new, which is where this communication comes in. So that's just popped in right now. There's been a change for you. So this Empress has come up again, and come up with Gemini too. I've just done that reading before. So there's definitely, there's a sense of abundance, should you, take this action with these ideas and, at least take action, start doing the business plan, start doing the setting up the goals or the vision board, so you move towards where you wanted to move to create this King of Pentacles. But I feel like for some of you, yes, you'll be in this, you'll get to this place, and for a lot of you too, some of you will be at this place maybe right now or in the middle of the month, but I'm feeling a lot of you by the end of next month will be at this place of, of being content and ready to move forward into the next place, because the Empress is about creativity and fertility. In relationships and with abundance, that place of like being, or just like looking at the card, and there's a different feel for it in this, similar sort of feel, but it's about in content with the security that you have accomplished, basically. Because if you look at this picture, there's like she's sitting there, there's a lot of, the wheat there, she's harvested, there's a lot of abundance there with the harvest that she's made. In the background, the waterfall, and the trees, and if you look at the background in the paddock, there's something else that that's growing in there. There's an abundance in that way, so there's more growth, there. She's planted her seeds for the next round, so there's something else. She's reached her sense of security. There's that next round basically now, but she's achieved what she needed to achieve. That's what the energy of the Empress brings. But, it's about being, getting and doing what it is that you need to do to achieve that on the way there. And like I say, this could be with relationships, whether it be, a love relationship. It could be, with family, partnerships, partnerships within business. It could be, a working relationship with, workmates, or whatever, or a business partner. So yeah, definitely something's coming to fruition. That's pretty awesome. So anyway, the next card that came out is the Three of Swords. So something, tension has been released, which makes sense. Like there's a sense of that growth where you've figured it out, and you're moving on, you're moving forward, and with this, with this transformation. And by the end of the month, you'll see, like, actually, what the hell, and how far you've grown, and actually how when you are in that space, when you do the processing, the transformation, the breaking down, the releasing of breaking down walls and releasing of things, that actually how things can come into fruition, and how you'll see it. So you, whatever level you are at on your understanding of spirituality, and whatever it is, where you are, it's in life, where your understanding of how life rolls for you, there'll be some sort of learning, should you choose to go there and see it for you by the end of next month, and you'll be ready to go into the next phase of, love, peace, harmony, and joy, whatever it is that you're creating, for the next journey. Cool, because you've realized, and you can just like, actually, I don't need to go be so tense with that. So that's how I'm seeing that. Cool. Phew. And you're out of your head, out of your head, out of your mind, out of your head. You've gotten out of your head with that, and how that process can be. Interesting. So the last card from this deck of cards, the tarot deck, is the Judgment card. So it's like following on from that three of, you know, swords, where in your mind it's like you've figured something out. You like that tension is released, the way of thinking and being, you've released something, you know, to help, you know, you've released something, you'll figure it out. The other side of that is the next card is judgment, you know, resurrection and resolution. So it's that for me is like, if you're looking on that, it's like what's coming up for me, what Spirit are talking to me about, like, it's like there's like a rebirth basically, or being reborn. But and see, like, there's like those coffins are not boats, you know, well, those boats are not coffins, or rather, yeah, either way you look at it, it's yeah, like that resurrection. Something is coming forth from everything that you've worked through, like not just in this, you know, not just through March, but I feel like there's more. March is going to be like a more of an epiphany month to what this February has been, but it'll just be going a little bit deeper, and it's just again, and to be more epiphanies, more, you know, signs and clues to it, and the more you follow that, the more you will realize, actually, I've got this, that you've got this. So I've just got, oh, that's that one there that wanted to stay there, Father. So this one was wanted to stay there, and it's just, and the crystal that I have on top of it was a selenite. So I will read out selenite for you. So selenite is a really lovely, seeing as it's fallen on Father, and that was the last one, I have to like bring that up. So some of you may be working through something with a Father energy. Whether they're past or over here, it doesn't really matter. So there may be a bit of a healing going on there for you. So selenite, or in other words, gypsum, maybe a really good crystal for you to tune into, feel into, if that resonates with you. So selenite strengthens bones, teeth, nerves, and soothes nerves, so which is interesting. It has a positive effect on the brain, aiding power of concentration and clarity. Enhances willpower, so you probably need some of that. It's also grounding and when white light, grounded white light, which is really interesting because it's something that when you know, going through all this process, it would be a really handy thing for you to be in that grounded position. Okay. So where we have to, and it's helpful to use to clear the chakras of blockages and heal the physical body. It can be used to access past lives as well as probable future lives, and it facilitates the experience of receiving advice and information from guides and guardians. So connected with the crown chakra, of course. So some of you, depending on where you are with your journey, that could be a really nice crystal for you to have around you next month, or any old time really, but next month it could be really, really handy, depending on if you want to or not. So if you don't happen to be able to get a hold of any selenite, you know, go on Google selenite, and there may be in some images of selenite that you can maybe tune into, and, you know, have on your Facebook page, on your Facebook page on your computer, and just to like energetically connect them to. Okay, so these cards are from the angels. They give messages that the angels have bring through for me. So first of all, there's the Father. There's extract. So there may be some things like going into this energy, like with the cards that have come up. You're extracting out stuff, information for you, extracting it and releasing stuff that no longer serves you any purpose. Okay, as well, for you to work with that. So what that is extraction out, extracting out anything, like could be emotions, could be thoughts, could be feelings, like all sorts of things that you may be like still holding on to with different experiences and situations in life. So, which is interesting because we've got let it go. Okay, let it go, and it's about communication. Like what's come up there through there. The overall feeling is about communication next month, for the month of March. It's about letting it go. So what you may have said to somebody, or what somebody may have said to you. So it's figure it out. don't carry it. You know, say what you need to say with love, peace, harmony, and joy, and say what you mean to say, and like as in choosing the correct words to get the point across, or to get the message across, or to share whatever it is that you need to share with somebody. Okay. Anyway, that's it for now. The beautiful Arians. So, so just sit in silence. Meditation will be really cool for you. Taking that time and that space out for that spiritual connection and learning that the Hierophant brings with you, that energy, and the energy of March brings with you. Okay. Anyway, I'm going to leave that there for now. So I hope that you understand what this this resonates with you. Like I say, if it doesn't, then don't try and make it fit. Okay. Check out one of your other signs. Anyway, with love, peace, harmony, and joy, I will catch up with you next month. Bye for now.